Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be doing a quick video about my most complimented fragrances. So I'm going to start with Madawi, as this is my most complimented fragrance. Now, before starting this video, I decided to go on the Arabian Oud website. So this is Madawi by Arabian Oud. So I decided to go on the website just to see if this perfume was still on sale. And to my shock, I found out that this fragrance has gone up by £65. So it originally retailed for £160, but now you have to buy this perfume for £225. Now I have mixed feelings about this, because first of all, I'm happy that I do have a backup of this, which I got on sale. It was on sale from the original price. I got it for about £80 £80. Now, my shock is, if this perfume were to go on sale now, judging from the current price, it'll be going down to about £160 or £180, which is still quite high. So I'm very disappointed with that. So I really hope people already took advantage of the last sale, like the Ramadan sale that just gone past. So yeah. Now, another thing is, I do feel like the perfume is actually worth 200. So judging from, well, comparing to other niche brands, yes, I would say the perfume is worth about 200 to 225 pounds. But really, as a consumer, I mean, I'm not happy. I'm going to try to save money wherever I can. So, I mean, I'm not happy to dish out 225 pounds for a fragrance. So I doubt I'll ever be buying this perfume again, except it goes on sale and it's like at a reasonable price, because there's no way I'm going to be spending 225 pounds on this fragrance. And I could be saying that because I do have a backup, but let's see if this perfume ever goes on sale again. I'll be checking just to see how low the price goes. Yeah, so just to get that out of the way quickly. So this fragrance is a rich fruity rose fragrance with very sexy dry down. It's an amazing perfume. All of the best part of this fragrance is in its dry down. So, because I remember going to the store and the lady was telling me this was one of their best sellers. She sprayed it on my arm. I mean, it smelled quite floral. It was quite rosy, and I was like, I wasn't too sure about it. So I got home, and then about a couple of hours after, maybe like 8 hours, 10 hours after, this was way back, because I was not interested in this fragrance on the opening from smelling it at first. I didn't care about it. So I got home and it was late in the night, and I just thought to sniff it, because she sprayed it inside my elbow. So I thought, let me just smell it again. And I was like, oh my God, what fragrance is this? So I went back to the store the next day. And I took my shower the next morning, and I could still smell it inside my elbow. I was like, oh no, I need to have this fragrance. So I went back to the store. The lady told me it never goes on sale, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, you know, I'm just going to wait. Just keep checking the website to see if it ever goes on sale. And it did go on sale. So that was when I bought this fragrance. So it's a very nice, sexy fragrance. I would say, for me, I use it all year round. I don't care, summer, spring, winter. It's a very nice fragrance. And this is a fragrance that's got me the most compliments ever. At work, I wear it to work as well. At home, yeah, it's a nice fragrance. Nice date night fragrance as well. Yeah. So I'm just going to put that to the side. Now, the next one I'm going to be talking about is from the Arabian Oud as well. It's by Arabian Oud as well. And this is Rosewood by Arabian Oud. Now, if you're familiar with Montel Intense Cafe, then you will really like this one. So this is a rose vanilla oud fragrance. It smells exactly like Montel Intense Cafe. So it's a rich, sexy rose vanilla fragrance. It is so rich and so deep. I'll say it's a nighttime, date night fragrance. It is amazing. It is so lovely. So what I've noticed is, if you check notes of fragrances, and usually any fragrance with rose, vanilla would always smell like this. So what I've done is, yeah, I had a sample of Gentle Fluidity by MFK. And if you see in the notes there, it says it's a flowery vanilla fragrance. Now, this doesn't have any oud in it, but oh my God, it smells so similar to this one. Almost 90%. What, 90%. Is matter of fact, in 99% this fragrance, except it is not as rich as this one. So this one is a lighter version of this one. So the MFK Gentle Fluidity is a lighter version of the Rosewood by Arabian Oud. But I have a sample of Montal Intense Cafe, and this smells exactly like this one. So it is as rich as this, and this is just a lighter version of this two right here. Yeah. Now, for the fun of it, seeing how they have cranked up the price of Madawi, I did go on the website just to see what the price for Rosewood is. So Rosewood will originally retail for £120, and it was recently on sale during the Ramadan that has just gone past. It was on sale for £75. Now I've checked it. Rosewood retails now for £160. As a consumer, I'm highly disappointed, but I'm glad I have alternatives. So Montal Intense Cafe will be a cheaper version of this one because it smells exactly like this one. It has the same projection, the same lasting power. So yeah, if this never goes on sale and you really want to get a rose vanilla fragrance, then I would say just go for Montal Intense Cafe, or go for the a lighter version of that, which is MFK's Gentle Fluidity, the gold edition. Yeah, so I'm going to move on from that very quickly and go to my next most. But this is a very, very nice, rich fragrance. It's a unisex fragrance as well, so male, it can be used by a male or it can be used by a female. Very highly complimented. I wear this daytime as well. You don't necessarily have to wear this at nighttime or for date nights. So I've worn this to work. I've got compliments at work from my colleagues at work as well. So it's a nice, rich, rosy vanilla fragrance. So I'm just going to move on from this one to the next. So my next most complimented fragrance is Olympia Intense by Paco Rabanne. So this is a nice salty vanilla caramelly fragrance. I love this fragrance. It's just highly complimented. So it's a nice daytime fragrance. I know quite a lot of people have talked about this and I've mentioned this to be more nighttime, but honestly you can get away wearing this at daytime because it's got very rich vanilla smell. So it's very nice. It's a nice sweet vanilla fragrance, very highly complimented as well. So yeah, I would say you should check this one out as well. It's lovely and very highly complimented one for me as well. Now I'm going to move on to another vanilla creamy fragrance, which is Zadig and Voltaire. This is her. This is a nice, rich, creamy fragrance. I think it's got some notes of vanilla and some whipped cream. I'm not sure, but it does smell like whipped cream. But also in the opening, it opens quite masculine. But I would say it's a unisex fragrance. But I mean, it is marketed for the female market. So yeah. But it's a nice, rich, creamy fragrance. Now, every time I've worn this one, I've always paired it with Juicy Couture Gold, which is also a nice caramel fragrance. So I've always paired it with this. I've always worn these two together. So usually when I get the compliments, I'm not sure if it's because of this one, but this, if it's because of the Zadig Voltaire. But then what I've noticed is pairing these two together. So pairing these two together, this projects more. So I still always get the smell of this one. So this one projects more. So I would say, yeah, the compliment is coming mainly because of this one. Okay. So yeah, it's a nice, rich, creamy vanilla fragrance. But I would normally pair it with this one. And I've also tried pairing it with the Fancy by Jessica Simpson. Fancy by Jessica Simpson, which is also like a rich caramel sweet fragrance. So I've paired these two together just to make it a little bit more feminine. So yeah, it's quite yummy. It's like a creamy whipped cream, nice yummy fragrance. So I'm just going to move this one to the side because these ones individually also get compliments. So yeah, this is usually I wear this at bedtime and my husband always says this smells really good. It's like a nice yummy I would say creamy fragrance. It's quite caramelly as well. Yeah, so this is another very nice complementary fragrance, and I would say this projects very well. It's got very good lasting power, considering the price as well. It's quite cheap, and it's a very good daytime, nighttime fragrance. It's very sweet, very creamy, very caramelly. It's a nice fragrance. So I'm just going to put that one to the side. Yeah, and this one as well, on its own, it's also a nice vanilla caramel fragrance as well. So yeah, I've also tried to pair this one and this one together just to make it a little bit more unique. So yeah, it's like this one is like a boozy vanilla fragrance. It's really nice and yummy fragrance as well, considering the price as well. Yeah, you can't go wrong with this one. But I would say the lasting power of this one, this doesn't last half as long as this one. This one on its own lasts way long. So yeah, these two can be paired together or individually. They work equally as great as well. But with this one, I would say you could carry that in your bag with you and just top up as you wish. Yeah, so I'm just going to move on to my next most complimentary fragrance, which is Poison Girl by Dior. Wow, this is a nice. So I was really surprised to find out that it had like some floral notes in the heart, which was quite shocking for me because usually what I get is the sweetness of the orange and sweetness of some of the vanilla. So this is a nice powdery fragrance, nice sexy fragrance. Now this one was my bedtime fragrance for a while just because of the powderiness of it. So it kind of reminded me of just taking a nice fresh shower, and like, so it's like a vanilla powdery fragrance. I love it for the most part. I wore this to bed for the longest. So like this dent in this bottle, it's all from wearing it at bedtime. It's so sweet. It will last on your pajamas for days. It was lovely. It's a lovely fragrance, nice, sweet, sexy fragrance. I'm really looking to try. So this is the EDP. I'm really looking to try out the Eau de Toilette to see if it will be less powdery, because the powderiness of this fragrance always makes me want just things of like bedtime. I don't know why. So I'm thinking if I could try out the EDT version of this one, I'll see if it's a less powdery version. If anyone knows if it's less powdery than this one, you can leave that in the comment section below, because I'm really interested to know. I'd really like to know the difference between this one and the EDT version. Yeah, so that's Poison Girl by Dior. Nice, lovely vanilla, bitter orange. It's like fruity vanilla fragrance. It does say it has some rose in the heart, which honestly I don't pick up. So I just get the vanilla and sweetness of this fragrance, and it's amazing. It's an amazing sexy fragrance. Good projection, very good lasting power as well. Yeah. And I'm gonna be moving on to Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. Now, most of the so this one I used way back while I was in uni. I used the original version and I got compliments all the time. It's a nice, fresh, fruity fragrance. So you don't get that annoying or sickening lemony fragrance that you would normally get from like fresh fragrances. But this one, I think the notes, the apple note in this one gives it that nice freshness. So it just gives it a little bit of uniqueness. So it's a really nice sweet and fresh fragrance. Honestly, it's marketed for springtime and summertime. I wear this all year round. It's a lovely, sexy fragrance as well. It's an amazing fragrance. Yeah, I got most while I was back in uni, and I wore this all year round. It was like my signature scent in uni. I got compliments every time from wearing this one. Yeah, and my last one is Baccarat Rouge 540 by MFK. Now this one, OMG, it's a bomb. So it's like sugary, sweet fragrance. So the first time, my introduction to this fragrance, before I found out that, oh my goodness, there were like thousands of videos on YouTube about this. My introduction to this fragrance was smelling it on a bunch of receipts. So I do work as an accountant, so I got a bunch of receipts from my clients, and I just couldn't get over this smell. I was like, why does this fragrance, what can I smell on? Why do the receipts smell so nice? I couldn't understand it. So initially I thought it was coming from like an office fragrance. So you know how your clothes will attract the smell from your house. Say for example, you have like a nice candle burning, and your clothes, your jacket will attract it. So that's what I thought, okay, they had the receipts in the office sitting somewhere, and then they've had like air fresheners, and then this receipts kind of like attracted it. So I spoke to the, I was like, wait, I'd like to know what fragrance you use in your office, because it's quite a close client that I'm quite used to. So yeah, so I was asking, yeah, what kind of fragrance it, I mean, from what she said, it was just a regular candle. I smelled the candle. I was like, well, I knew the candle. I smelled it. I was like, it smells nothing like it. So I was like, I was really intrigued though. So I really wanted to know. And I was like, wait, what perfume do you use? And she was like, sometimes Baccarat Rouge 540. And then I got a sample of it. And I was like, yes. So if I could smell it on receipt. So I know a lot of people do say, oh, this perfume doesn't last. I can't smell myself. I think it's one of those fragrances where everyone else will smell you. You might not be able to smell yourself all day, but you will randomly get like whiffs of yourself. Because what happens is with this fragrance, I spray it on my jacket, and every time I walk past my jacket, and this is like days after, I will smell it. So yeah, it's a strong, long-lasting perfume, and easily you can overspray this because you'll think, oh, I can't smell it, it's quite light. So it's quite light, but it's quite present at the same time. So like it's just amazing. So just imagine a fragrance that smells really, really, really light, but at the same time projects so well. It is incredible. Yeah, so this is my top most complimented fragrance, because I wore this to work, and my colleague just could not, she just could not get over this smell as well. I think she's gone out to buy it as well. Yeah, so it's one of my top most complimented fragrances as well. Yeah, and so that's it. If you do have any questions or comments, please do leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to respond as quickly as I can. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.